Hello everyone. I'm going to prepare my second dish for tonight. It's a pork with mushroom and olives and some secret ingredient. But it won't be any more secret because I'm going to share with you. As I mentioned, I love cooking. I do enjoy cooking and I do experiment all different things. So today I already prepared things. I can show you. I have a pork meat. I made a small chunks. I already cut into the small cutlets, small pieces. About 8 ounces of mushroom, already pre-cut, washed. Then 1 can of olives. Then I'm going to use 1 onion. It can be red or yellow, anything, no preference, as long as it's onion. And ginger, of course. About 6 to 7 cloves of garlic clove, 2 fresh tomatoes, and 4 green pepper. And my secret ingredient, which is potato. I always do the cooking when you don't need any curry or anything, then I do cut by hand. I make small chunks, whether it's onion or garlic or ginger or green pepper. But at this moment, I'm planning to do this one little bit curry in it. So when you need to do the curry, then you need to take advantage of the gadgets we have. So I'm going to use it in a blender. I'm going to grind it everything together. And in order for me to do this, what I do, rather than when I prepare my tadka, I use my olive oil in there. But I can show you the easy way, easy step of Indian Punjabi cooking, that you can put olive oil in there. So you don't need to add olive oil later. Now I can put my garlic cloves. Ginger, definitely you want it to make a little bit small cut so it's easy, because sometimes the machine, you can get stuck in there, then you have to open it and take it out. It's better to make it a little bit smaller pieces. It's easy for machine and faster processing. So you make a small chunks, and I'm going to add that. Then the tomatoes, I'm going to add it later because it's going to purify right away. And same thing, onion, you can make 3-4 pieces and you can put that in. So then the green pepper, you put it there. And the reason I'm putting potato, I said a secret ingredient, I want the gravy to be nice and smooth in the texture, and it will give you some kind of potato taste, and you trying to guess it, and you will keep guessing what's inside, and something is good, but I cannot figure it out. So that's the only reason I do it. So I put everything together. I'm gonna put the tomatoes later, and I'm gonna get this thing going. And once this thing is, I'm gonna come back again because it's gonna make a noise. It's almost ready. If I can show you, let me zoom in. So it's pretty much the paste is ready, and I'm going to add my tomatoes in there. So once I put the tomatoes, it's gonna be another, it depends on your blade, it's 20-30 seconds, so we can get it going. And once it's all ready, and I'm gonna have my tadka ready. So let me do it. Yeah, hi, we are back to our tadka. Now, as I mentioned that I add olive oil in there. You don't need to add olive oil more. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this thing out. So I'm just basically clean everything. See, the whole purpose of doing this tadka this way, and it becomes like a gravy, because I'm planning to make my pork little bit to have a curry in it, because you enjoy. I don't need a really dry one, so that's the whole intent I'm doing it. So what we need to do, let me show you. You put the high gas, and we need this one to cook it like, as it turn its color, maybe like a 5 minutes or so. But if your gas and depend on the burner, if it's a burner is strong enough, then it will cook faster. And so once this one is cooked, and I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to add my spices in there, because I don't want it to wait too long for anything, because this dish gets ready real quick and fast. So I'm going to make sure that I've added enough salt, because the past 2 days I'm getting a little bit less salt. But again, if you have more salt in there, then you cannot take it out. But if you have a less, you always can add in. So I'm gonna add jeera, that cumin seeds, and then a turmeric. Then I'm gonna have that coriander powder, and my garam masala, and some jeera powder as well. And even though I have a green pepper, I'm gonna add a little bit black pepper in there. So once this one we are cooking, mix this one in. We're gonna cook it this one like 3 to 4 minutes. As I said, 5 minutes. Once we cook it, then we're going to add not 1 glass of water, since I'm gonna be using a standard regular glass. I'm gonna use a half of this glass, the water, and I'm gonna make that. This looks like, if you let me zoom in it. See how the tadka looks beautiful. It's really refined. I mean, it's like a gravy, and we're gonna cook it a few minutes. I mean, in this case, you really don't need to cook, because we're gonna be cooking our meat in there, and that's gonna take at a slow gas 15 to 20 minutes. Eventually, it's gonna cook everything. Only part I will show it to you, that I don't want it put my olives in there, because olives, you're going to put it at the last second. So when the dish is ready, you just mix that in, and you put it in. So now I'm gonna give 3 more minutes. But as I mentioned, you don't have to wait. You can put your mushroom in there, adding a half glass of water, and put your pork in there. Once you put it in there, then right now we did it, and so it's doing good. And I'm going to use half glass of water, and it's gonna cook everything in there. So the reason I'm saying you do it, because then the pork, the meat tastes better, because the gravy blends in, and the mushroom's gonna be in there. So everything is gonna make a really good taste. It's gonna become, it's a delicious, So So right now I'm just putting that in. So I'm gonna use my meat. I put my meat in there, and then again, the way I do it, I use the 2 spoons. And at this point, as I mentioned, that you don't need a really high gas, because we're gonna let it, simmer a little bit medium. And now I'm gonna let it sit for like 10 minutes or so. Then I'm gonna come back again to see how this thing is doing, and if we need to add a little bit more water, because I mentioned I want it a little bit gravy, and this gonna be look really, beautiful once it's gonna be cooked. And see how beautiful it looks at this moment. And I'm going to cover this one with the lid, and 10 minutes it should be all cooked, ready to go, and then we're going to taste it. I'll come back later. Yes, hi, it's about 7 minutes or so. I did not cover totally the lid. I let it open and let it simmer slowly. So I'm going to check right now. It's looking beautiful. The reason I'm doing it on slow heat, because then it cooks, to the perfection. And see, I wanted the gravy a little bit, as I mentioned, and we're gonna have. I can turn the heat up, and it can, cook faster. But I have no intention of doing this, because I wanted to cook it, slow cook, because this pork meat required little time to cook. It's not like a chicken. Chicken is so tender, it cooks right away. So if you look at right now, see, this is the perfect gravy, and it's gonna dry more. So I'm gonna not going to cover the lid again. I'm going to cover like a halfway, and I'm gonna come back again. I'm gonna probably leave it 10 minutes or so. So then we'll check again. Yeah, hello. We are back to our pork with the mushroom, and it's now 10 minutes more. I let it simmer, and it's perfectly cooked. Let me show you, if you take a look. See how beautiful the gravy, the meat, then the mushroom, and now the part left to put the olives. This is the right time to put the olives, because you don't want olives to put it before. You want olives to stand its own ground. They stay as a firm. When you eat, you enjoy. And now the main ingredient of Indian Punjabi style cooking, cilantro. Cilantro is allowed. Without the cilantro, there is most of the dishes are incomplete. It's already cut. I'm going to put cilantro in there, and I'm going to mix it up. And I have my pork with mushroom and with olives. I'm going to try to see how the spices and everything, and I'm gonna see the meat. See, the meat is the same pattern like on chicken. I was saying, if you press it against it and it's cut easily, then it's cooked. So I'm gonna try it. Perfect. And now to do with this one, my dish, I brought corn tortillas. I'm gonna use those. I'm gonna heat it up my gas. I'm gonna put it on my gas. I'm gonna use the butter. If you are health conscious wise and you care about the cholesterol too much, then don't use the butter. And if you are okay, you know, this is the only thing I use the butter with my tortilla or my pranthas. Normally, you know, all the cooking we do, we prefer, you know, olive oil. And I'm going to cook that one a little bit. While it's cooking, I'm going to have my dish ready. This is my sog. Like I mentioned, that the sog itself has no time boundary. It can be served anytime, it can be eaten anytime. And I'm going to have my pork with mushroom, with olives, and my secret ingredient, which I had shared with you. And my tortilla is almost ready. I can have, you know, anything. You can have a salad, or if you prefer chili, green chili, you can have a green chili also along with it to serve with the sog, because that's a perfect combination. And this is my corn tortilla. And here's a perfect pork meat with mushrooms, with olives, and my sog. And I hope you enjoy this by watching. And please let me know if you have any questions. And feel free to shoot me any thing. And if you don't understand, definitely I will help you out. And I'll try to upload videos on a daily basis. What cooks in our kitchen, I'm going to share with you. And while I'm doing that, my lady going to have a break. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your time. And I'm going to enjoy my dinner. So thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow again. Bye-bye.